They laughed at him in the showroom. You can almost hear the echoes of their whispers, right? Imagine standing there, heart pounding, palms sweaty, being the underdog in a luxurious environment. Have you ever felt that rush of embarrassment, knowing that all eyes are watching you stumble? That's exactly where our story begins. But then, he did the unthinkable. He paid in full. No hesitation, no backing down. Did you catch that? In the space of a single breath, he shattered every doubt and turned the tables. That flicker of disbelief you felt, that's the moment the magic happens. Stick with me, because what comes next will flip your expectations completely. Ever wondered how confidence can rewrite your fate? By the end of this video, you'll see how one calm decision silenced a room and left everyone speechless. Ready to find out how humility became his greatest power? Let's dive in. Picture a bright Friday afternoon, sunlight bouncing off polished chrome and leather seats as clients mill through the showroom. The scent of new car leather hangs in the air, mingling with hushed sales pitches and the soft hum of conversation. Have you ever walked into a place that felt just a bit too luxurious for you? Meet Alex, an ordinary guy with an extraordinary dream. He's saved every penny for months, inching closer to the car he's always wanted. A sleek, cherry-red sedan that flashes possibility at every turn. Can you feel that thrill, knowing this purchase could change everything for him? But here's the twist. Alex isn't rolling in cash. He's quiet, a bit out of place among well-heeled buyers. Behind his smile, doubts swirl, both his own and the showroom's. What would you do if everyone assumed you didn't belong? Stick around, because soon you'll see how he turns the whole story around. Meet Alex before the spotlight. A regular guy clocking extra hours at the office, patching together weekend shifts just to cover rent and groceries. He's not used to stepping into glossy showrooms or rubbing elbows with high rollers. Have you ever felt like life handed you every hurdle while you watched others sprint ahead? Every morning, Alex wakes before dawn, coffee in hand, balancing bills and dreams. He's memorized every interest rate, every financing option, anything to inch closer to that cherry-red sedan shining in his daydreams. Can you relate to that blend of hope and anxiety where your heart races faster than your wallet? When Alex finally arrives at the dealership, doubts swirl louder than the showroom music. Some glance his way with pity, others barely hide a smirk. They see a man in simple jeans, not the prototype of a luxury car buyer. Ever felt invisible in a crowd that judges before it knows your story? But beneath the nerves, there's a quiet spark, an unwavering belief that he belongs here just as much as anyone. What if that underdog spirit could rewrite the script? Stay tuned, because in just a moment, you'll witness how Alex's humble resolve becomes the very thing that makes him unforgettable. Remember those nights Alex spent hunched over his kitchen table, squinting at spreadsheets lit by a single lamp? Every entry felt like a challenge. Rent due, bills piling up, and that stubborn dream of owning a luxury car dancing just out of reach. Have you ever lain awake, counting pennies and wondering if your hard work will ever tip the scales in your favor? Then came those flickers of hope, like the tiny birthday bonus that barely covered a tank of gas but sent his pulse racing, or his friend's simple text, "You've got this, man." In those moments, Alex felt unstoppable, as if every small win was a high-octane fuel propelling him closer to the showroom. Can you feel that thrill when possibility tastes sweeter than success itself? But life has its inevitable pivots. The day he stepped through those glass doors, anticipation crashed into reality. Whispers of "he's not serious" floated around him, and his heart sank beneath the weight of judgment. The world seemed to tilt, and doubt swirled like cold wind in a storm. Ever felt your confidence shatter under the gaze of onlookers who think they know your story? Yet in that breath-held pause, a quiet spark ignited. Alex straightened his shoulders, choosing to see not the cracks of fear, but the outline of his dream. We've all stood at the edge of uncertainty, haven't we? That vulnerability is what binds us. And right now, it's that very spark of grit that will carry him through. So stay tuned to see how one man's resolve turns every high and low into the drive that changes everything. You hear it first as a quiet murmur. Then it swells into a chorus of muffled snickers bouncing off the polished showroom floors. Can you feel that chill in the air as each laugh slices through the hum of idle engines? It's in that moment Alex realizes every eye is fixed on him, and the room feels suddenly much smaller. Those soft chuckles grow louder. He doesn't even have the cash. Is he really serious? Each whisper lands like a jab in his gut, and the world around him fades to a distant blur. All he can sense is his own heartbeat thundering in his ears, like a ticking clock daring him to back down. Have you ever felt that crushing weight of judgment bearing down? Then there's the salesman's barely concealed smirk, a tilt of the head that screams disbelief. In that glance, Alex is stripped bare, exposed before a crowd, ready to pounce on any sign of weakness. Ever been in a room where everyone's waiting for you to fail? That's the peak of tension, raw, electric, and utterly unrelenting. But under that storm of ridicule, a spark of defiance ignites. Alex closes his eyes for a heartbeat, draws in a steady breath, and straightens his shoulders. In the hush that follows, you can almost taste the anticipation, because instead of cracking, he's about to strike back in the most powerful way. He took a steady step forward, and suddenly, the showroom felt impossibly quiet. Every engine hum and soft murmur faded into the background as Alex approached the gleaming desk. You could almost see the swirl of tension around him, his jaw set, eyes locked on the check before him. In that moment, you knew something huge was about to happen. With a calm breath, he picked up the pen and pressed it to paper. The scratch of ink felt like thunder in the hush, each stroke marking his resolve. As he filled in the final numbers, 500000, his hand never wavered. It wasn't just a signature, it was a declaration. I belong here. Then, as he clicked the pen shut, you could almost feel the collective gasp spreading through the room. Heads snapped up, mouths fell open, and laughter turned to stunned silence. The salesman's polite smile vanished, replaced by wide-eyed shock. Even the polished floors seemed to hold their breath. And in that charged stillness, Alex didn't boast or gloat. He simply smiled, nodded, and reached for his new keys. Isn't it wild how quiet confidence can roar louder than any shout? Right there, he flipped every expectation on its head, showing that sometimes the most powerful move is to stay cool and let your actions speak. And then it happens. The moment you've been holding your breath for. Alex steps back, keys in hand, and the showroom collectively exhales. That pregnant pause shatters as a single, soft "wow" ripples through the crowd. You can almost feel the weight lift as disbelief gives way to wonder. Did that really just happen? Eyes that were once cold with mockery now glisten with admiration. A young couple near the back exchanges a grin. Even the stern manager's lips twitch in a reluctant smile. You catch a glimpse of a child at the edge of the scene, mouth agape, whispering to their parent, "He did it." and you realize that everyone there has, in that instant, been reminded of their own quiet underdog spirit. Slowly, applause breaks out. First, a hesitant clap from one corner, then a swelling chorus that fills the glossy room. Hands come together in genuine celebration, echoing off the polished floors and reflecting in the mirrored glass. You can practically taste the electricity in the air as strangers unite in that shared moment of triumph. And through it all, Alex stands tall. No grand speech, no triumphant shout, just a humble nod and a knowing smile. In that simple gesture lies the real payoff, the power of unwavering belief to transform doubt into respect. Have you ever felt so moved by someone's quiet victory that it changed how you see your own possibilities? That's the magic of this moment, and it's one you won't soon forget. As Alex drives out of that showroom, the engine's purr feels like the heartbeat of possibility itself. In that moment, we're reminded that true strength isn't measured by muscle or money, but by the quiet confidence to claim your place, even when the world doubts you. Have you ever paused to consider how a single act of self-belief can ripple through every corner of your life? So next time you face a room full of skeptics, whether it's a board meeting, an audition, or even just a personal dream, remember Alex's calm resolve. Stand tall, sign that check, and let your actions speak louder than any doubt. After all, sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is simply, "I belong here." If that moment gave you chills, go ahead and smash that like button. Then drop a comment telling us which part surprised you the most. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss another incredible story like Alex's. After all, when you witness someone flipping the script with nothing but quiet confidence, isn't it worth sticking around for more? And hey, before you go, check out the video on your left about a woman who battled hardship her entire life, facing setback after setback and never finding a moment she could truly be proud of, until one life-changing instant turned everything around. Click over now and get ready to be inspired all over again.